I know this is hard, but my task is to make us all proud of what we're going to do. We have a huge responsibility, and I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders.
Did she seriously just say that?
In the sense that I have to deliver a thing of cats, a production of cats, that is worth shooting.
Are you fucking serious? Hey guys, it's your girl here, the one that started it all. Y'all like my new background? It's cool, huh? I'm sorry guys, but first off, you don't ever put pressure on anyone, especially when it's not their pressure to begin with. I mean, this woman knew what she was getting herself into, knew what she was trying to do, knew how much of a production she was going to put on. She said, I need to put on a production of Cats. You knew what you're getting yourself into. Don't put that, pressure or responsibility on the cast. As you saw in their faces, they're like, are you serious, woman? We're doing the best we can. To be quite honest, majority of those actors and actresses were of Broadway, and some of them weren't of Broadway at all. They were dancers. So people who were on Broadway were now tackling performances to be, to do ballet, and some ballet dancers were tackling a Broadway performance which they've never had experience before. So they understand the pressure. They have their own pressure. But for the director, for her to put more pressure on them is so wrong. I don't care who you are. You could be a supervisor of a job. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you took that job. 9 out of 10 of the time, you're cleaning up the former supervisor's mess. So you know what you're getting yourself into, right? And you don't ever put pressure on your team. You need to organize, because the team can only go by what you want them to do. They can't go by what they think you want them to do. If they don't know what to do and you don't know what to do, that's not their fault. That's your fault. So, I mean, seriously, this woman knew what she was getting herself into. If she didn't want to take on such a task, she shouldn't have done that. I mean, that's so stupid. It makes me remember of this interview from The Spirit, from 2008's DC film The Spirit, and one of the reporters was interviewing the star of the film, who was the title character. I don't know his full name. I just know his name is Gabriel. And the interviewer had simply asked him, hey, you're playing a character that not many people are familiar with. He's not as big as Batman or all the other DC heroes, but he is a gem. He is part of it. He has his own, noir kind of vibe thing. My question is, do you feel any pressure towards, playing this character? And the actor simply says, no, I don't feel any pressure of this film, because the only person that should feel pressure of this film is the director. Everything's right on his shoulders because he's the one that directed it. He's the one that executed it in the way that it was executed. So everything's on him, I don't feel pressure doing this role because, like you said, no one knows this character. So I'm free to do whatever I want, how to perform this character, because Batman has been done so many times. Superman has been done so many times. And so has Spider-Man. Those characters are well known because they've been done so many times. So everyone has an idea of how that character's personality is. No one knows this character's personality is, so I'm free to do what I want, with them. I have help with the comics, but that's it. For me to portray this character is how I want to portray it. So I don't feel pressure. Simple as that. I mean, I'm sure he felt pressure, but not pressure enough to feel like, oh crap, I gotta do this. Now, he basically said those who played Batman, they have their own pressure because they have to make their performance their own and not make it seem like they're copying their predecessor. Like, for example, Val Kilmer. He, within the movie business, Michael Keaton started the whole movie franchise of the Batman. Let's get real here. He started it. And then when Val Kilmer took over, he had to do his own take of Batman because they're going by an actual arc. It's a different arc, a different Bruce Wayne, different personality. We all know who Bruce Wayne is. we all know who Batman is, therefore they have to make it their own. Christian Bale, he was, I believe, the fourth Batman to, the fourth Batman, the fourth actor to play Batman. And I believe he asked George Clooney and Michael Keaton, how did you guys feel to take on this character? Because Ben Affleck, when he was playing the fifth Batman, he had asked Christian Bale, hey, how did you do it? How did you go about it? What tips do I need? Christian said, just make sure that the suit has a zipper, because it's going to be very awkward when you use the bathroom and you need help to do it. That's it. So yes, those actors knew what they were getting themselves into, and for the production director to put more pressure on them than they already feel like it, that is wrong. Very wrong. You have ballet dancers who've never worked on a Broadway show before, and you have Broadway show actors who have never done ballet before, who have never taken on this kind of task before, this kind of role. They already have their own pressure. So for you to put your pressure on them, that's wrong. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew what you were doing when you took the job. You knew what you were doing. Keep that to yourself. That's all I gotta say, folks. I mean, you feel pressure, you feel stress, keep it to yourself, work something out, because you knew what you were getting yourself into when you got to it. I mean, I don't care if you had 2 weeks to get the production up and running. I don't care if you had a year. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you did. And if that wasn't enough time and you couldn't take it on, then you shouldn't have taken on such a huge, task. You shouldn't have taken on that. My opinion, guys. What can you do? My opinion. Love ya.